What's up, everybody? I got another body switch flick for you today. This is going to be 18 again from 1988. This is the first time I've seen this film. I just watched it. It's on DVD here. I also picked up the VHS, but obviously the quality is much better on this. But this is directed by Paul Flaherty, and it stars George Burns and Charlie Schlatter, and I'm not familiar with much more that he's done. But of course, George Burns, and he's there in all of his glory. He's actually 92 years old, playing an 81-year-old guy, and it's actually his birthday in the film. So 1881, haha. It's the dates are switched. It's very funny, and much like they get switched. But yeah, George Burns has a birthday party, and he makes a wish, and he blows out his candle, and he and his grandson are driving, and they have a car crash, and when they wake up, or when he wakes up, he is in his grandson's body. So he basically just gets a chance to live his youth again, to be a young guy. He's, an old guy complaining about being old the whole time. So he gets to be young again, and the whole time his grandson is in his body in a coma, which I thought was pretty fucking bizarre, because like George Burns never really seems very concerned about his grandson at all. But I mean, not as much as you would think. I mean, you think he'd be much more concerned with him than himself. But anyway, he's just a big poon hound, and he's looking to get out there and lay some pipe, and smoking his cigar, drinking martinis, doing what he does best, right? But there's a really odd scene at the beginning at the birthday party where there's this old lady who's like George Burns when he's old. I'm going to refer to George Burns as Old Burns in this because it's too fucking confusing with the body switch. But anyway, this lady is Old Burns' girlfriend. So when he's old, this is his girlfriend, and she's like maybe 60s, I don't know, like an older lady, but she's like trying to put the moves on the younger kid, David. Like, this is before they were switched, like trying to put the moves on. It was really, really odd. And then she does this like happy birthday song that's very much like Marilyn Monroe did to Kennedy. Very bizarre, and it just weirded me the fuck out. But it really comes across as an asshole for most of the movie, really, George Burns. But I guess that's part of the whole, awakening at the ending of the film, where he gets closer to not only his grandson but also his actual son, David's father, who is while he is in the coma, he's taking the place of running the company. I forget whatever kind of company they've got going on, but yeah, they have kind of a touching moment there. And one thing I want to mention about this film, it's rated PG-13, and I've checked everywhere, but there is tits and ass in this movie. And I'm not going to say it was it wasn't a welcomed appearance of those two items, but this movie's rated PG, not PG-13, PG. And it's, I mean, full breast, and then the whole backside of a lady at in this art class that David is taking, and they're drawing this nude woman. And I guess maybe because of art's sake they were able to get away with it. I don't know. I think the censors were sleeping on this one. But really wish I'd known about this when I was a kid. I would have loved to watch this when I was a young guy. Yeah. It's got that going for it, and that was a pretty big shocker to me seeing that, because I was like, okay, this movie's got to be rated R, right? And nope, PG rating on there. But David's best friend in the film is Pauly Shore. Like, this is like the first time I remember seeing Pauly Shore in anything. Really young guy. He's not doing his like weird surfer dude talk and saying buddy and wheezing the juice and shit like that. He's not doing any of that. So he's really, I mean, you don't even really know it's him, other than, he doesn't have his dumbass, like, Encino Man hair, and he doesn't have scarves attached to everything, so you don't really know it's him, but he's in there, and, relatively unbilled, but plays his buddy. And David is not like his grandfather. His grandfather's like was really good at not only laying pipe, but also he was really into sports. He was a track star and all this other stuff. Basically, a lot of shit that David is not concerned about. And you know, David kind of strikes out with the ladies, but and he likes art, and he likes like weird types of food that his grandfather doesn't care for. But his grandfather gets in his body, and everything's great. He, you know, hits it off with the ladies, the fellas, and he's you know, starts running faster apparently because you know, whatever he's got going for him. But yeah, you know, everything's all good at the end. They get switched back, and you know, David, the young boy who was in the body of the old man, has no idea what the fuck's been going on. He just goes out and runs the race and wins it at the end, and everything's all good. George Burns has you know, lived a few days in the, you know, life of a youngster, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But never really even heard this film talked about before. Didn't really know what to expect. But yeah, I'd say it's a decent watch. I'd say it's a rather you know, undiscovered film for me, you know, until recently. So I'm glad I checked it out. Glad I saw it for this. Probably one of the least known of all of these body swap films I'm talking about. But yeah, just another one in the list. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow with another review.